What do you think, Leader McConnell? Do you think that presidents should be immune from criminal prosecution for actions while they're in office?
Obviously, I don't think that, but it's not up to me to make that decision. The president clearly needs some kind of immunity, or he'd be in court all the time. So we'll see how the Supreme Court deals with it.
But they have some kind of immunity. That's
They
the
already
point.
do. That's the
Right.
point. They already do. And he went on.
Just to be very clear, you said former presidents are not immune from being held accountable. You stand by those comments?
That was my view, but I don't make that decision. The
But you
court-
stand by those comments?
That's my view, but my view is only my view. I mean, the court. Is going to decide this.
But just to be clear, you stand by those comments. Former presidents are not immune from being held
Yeah,
accountable.
I do, but many times I have to say I'm not on the Supreme Court. I don't get to make the final
What a
decision on
weasel.
that.
What a
Weasel.
I do, but I believe, but why don't you just? I want to curse again. Why don't you just say what you believe?
Exactly.
Right.
You know, have the courage once, Mitch. You're an aging turtle, which means he probably has like another 150 years to live because some of those guys hang on forever.
Come on, Stewie. He's just a little turtle. He can't hurt you.
And he's not running for re-election again. He's done. He's served his corporate master's will and degraded our democracy with Citizens United to an unrecognizable point where foreign money is determining all sorts of things in our elections. You know, what Barack Obama brought up in the 2013 State of the Union, and when that lying right-wing weasel Alito shook his head no.
Last week, the Supreme Court reversed a century of law that I believe will open the floodgates for special interests, including foreign corporations, to spend without limit in our elections.
The one that likes making Dobbs decisions based on the testimony of people that believe marital rape is a good thing from the 16th century, because that was one of his sources. What the? That this group, again, I can't imagine, and they fit the MAGA mold perfectly. I can't imagine a bigger group of corrupt clowns. Like, I see now that something like a quarter or a third or whatever it is approves of this court, and like I want to know who they are.
Right.
I mean, the 6 Republicans on this court, every single one of them, I think, has been found. Maybe not Amy Coney Barrett. I'm trying to be fair. Every single one of them has been found to have in corrupt ways, made money off of being on the court. She's a religious zealot, so she's got her own thing going on. So is Alito. Clarence Thomas is laughable. He's a seditionist.
Honorable Justice Thomas, you were just in the hospital. Is that right?
That's what they say.
Yeah. So what's going on? You feeling okay?
I guess we'll see.
And the 3 furthest right on there have made it, Clarence Thomas, Gorsuch, and Alito have made it clear they're fascists for a long time in their decisions. It was really only a question of the others who are only semi-fascist, what they would do.
Right.
But that anyone could even entertain this argument, that people forget that we had a war against King George because he was subject to laws. Even though he was king, and even though he had rights that no one else had, he still was considered subject to laws hundreds of years ago. How many years do we have to go back to get to where these people want to be? I mean, a president not with immunity for their private acts, just forget it. Close up shop.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to come to that conclusion in the end. I don't, because I think they're scared. I mean, Joe Biden's in office right now, but the truth of the matter is that I do think that they're playing defense for Trump. They want to make his claim seem reasonable when it's ridiculous. So by taking it seriously, they do that. They give him cover by wasting time so that trials get pushed back and other things like that. They're also able to help them out. They're doing this, and again, I don't think they'll come. I mean, if they come to this conclusion, well, I don't know. And I fully don't know what country I live in, and I don't think they will. But that they would even entertain such a notion sends a signal to people about where, about the state of our democracy.